Hi, my name is Shania Lewis, and this is my presentation about cultural identities and cultures. Age identity. I was born in the year 1996, and I'm currently 25 years of age. I'm considered part of Generation Y, and I'm also firstborn. Personally, I've always felt younger than my age until I just turned 25, but I've been described as an old person because I prefer music and entertainment from the years 1940s to 1990s. Gender identity. I identify as female. My pronouns are she, her. I rarely dress feminine, and I occasionally wear makeup and dresses. I consciously incorporate both feminine and masculine pieces into my wardrobe. Racial ethnic identity. I identify as Black, and there's no need to necessarily communicate this identity, as one can see the color of my skin and the nature of my hair. I express my pride in regard to this identity by embracing my natural hair, despite there being discrimination against it. I also identify as African American and African Caribbean. Regional national identity. My nationality is American. I've lived most of my life in Texas, but was born in St. Croix. St. Croix is one of the 4 islands that make up the U.S. Virgin Islands. And as a kid, my accent was noticeably different when I first moved to Texas. Now, when I visit St. Croix, my American accent is noticeably different. And my accent is able to switch back and forth depending on whether I am with people from the US mainland or people from the Caribbean. Relationships influenced by my identities. Age identity. As the eldest, I help to care for my younger relatives and children and family friends. Racial identity. As a Black person, I have to always be alert and observant. Ethnic identity. Despite my exposure and claim to both African American and African Caribbean, I do feel a continuous disconnect with my relatives. Regional identity. Because I've become Americanized and moved to this country, I feel that I missed out on learning French Creole, Patois, a language that is spoken among family in the Caribbean region, but I still do understand some dialects and phrases. African American family values and practices. According to a journal by Connie M. Kane, African American families maintain extended family ties, establish fictive kin relationships, such as granting the title to non-blood relations such as close friends, and giving them the title of auntie, uncle, and their kids becoming cousins, even though there is no blood relation at all. But yeah, carrying out informal adoption, role flexibility, strong work and education ethics, high academic performance and ambitious career goals, religious orientation and participation, strong coping skills for survival. I also put stars at the end to show that this also applies to African Caribbean families. Caribbean family, I got this information from a journal titled Family Therapy with English Caribbean Families in United States. Some of these also apply to African American families, such as the structure and dynamics, such as nuclear families, single parent families, extended families. English Caribbean societies are typically patriarchal. African American culture is rooted in Africa. Music, such as blues, jazz, gospel, spiritual, rock and roll, hip hop, rap. Language, English, or AAVE, stands for African American Vernacular English, or Ebonics. Holidays, Kwanzaa, Juneteenth, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Caribbean culture. The Caribbean region is comprised of so much diversity and cultures. There are not only English-speaking islands, but also French and Spanish. St. Lucia I chose because my mom is from there and I have a lot of family from there. Their main language is English, but they also speak French patois or French Creole, which I guess